It's been a while. It's been a while since I've had one of these videos where I've had to, I guess, address, um, other people's conversation or a conversation people were having with me. But two prominent Ball family supporters, DJ and the cop, KOP, have been kind of going back and forth today about Lamelo and his position. And I'm not going to get into each of their individual views. If you guys want to know, you can go look on Twitter. And if you follow me and you go to my likes, you can go follow kind of the thread and figure it out for yourself. Because it's nothing but quote tweets back and forth. And if either of y'all see this video, DJ and Cop, y'all know it's cool. I know y'all grown men, so do y'all thing. Hash that shit out, whatever. So the conversation is about LaMelo's position. And I'm going to reference what LeVar said a long, long time ago. It was about 4 years ago, I think, if I'm not mistaken. He said LaMelo is a two guard. His true position is two. And so that's what I'm going to roll with. Now, the benefit of being one of the ball boys is 9 times out of 10, with the exception of Jello, really, all of them can, for the most part, play different positions. At least two positions on the court. LaMelo could be point or shooting guard. Lonzo could be point or shooting guard. Maybe you could argue a small forward in certain lineups and stuff like that too. But and this is for both LaMelo and Lonzo. But they both can play both positions, right? They got enough off-ball skill to do it. They got enough other, skills to do it. They aren't just one-dimensional players. They're versatile. And that's what makes the ball boys in particular so good, is that versatility on the court. At any time, they can swap and do the other's job, which is fan-fucking-tastic. You know what I'm saying? Like, this, you go look at other family members and stuff, and it's like, just looking like the Giannis brothers, the Antetokounmpos. They can't really do each other's jobs. They don't have the same skill set for the most part. The Holiday brothers, the Lopez brothers are basically the same position, but they can't really do anything else. You can't ask them to go be power forwards. You can't, for the most part, you can't switch them around like that. But I think maybe the Antetokounmpos can kind of maybe switch a little bit between forwards and stuff. But Giannis is really the only one that can kind of play all five positions just about. But the Ball brothers, they can do a little bit of each other's job. Really, they can do everything. And I've compared the two on this channel a lot. Now, I'm not trying to make this a LaMelo Lonzo video versus Lonzo video. I said I wasn't going to do any more of that. I just want to set this framework real quick. The context what LeVar was talking about has always been a connection with Lonzo. I would argue that LaMelo true position with Lonzo is two guard. And not just necessarily Lonzo, but you got to have a point guard who has high IQ or higher than LaMelo and similar or greater passes. So CP3, LeBron, Luka, those guys LaMelo can play two guard with effectively. Lonzo has the skill set to play two guard with just about anybody that can pass, and it don't necessarily have to be the highest level, but it's almost to the extent that if you're going to have LaMelo off ball, the person on point guard has to be equally as good as him or better, or he has to have similar skills and be better in some area. You see what I'm saying? It's got to be someone who's worth shifting him. Lonzo is, I think, a little bit more different. He could play with someone probably at a lesser level at point guard, i.e. Zion, because Zion don't have passing ability. And I've made videos detailing what his fault is in passing on this channel. But his skill set is so good that he can play a shooting guard. He can just play a Danny Green role on the team. I'm not sure. Actually, I know for sure. Lamelo ain't Danny Green because he don't have the defense yet. Once or if he gets the defense, that's a different story. Um, and I would argue Lonzo's a better shooter than him too. So that's where I think there's minute differences there. But for the most part, they're interchangeable. Here's the thing. LaMelo is a scorer. He dropped, 100 points in high school? Dude's been a scorer his whole life, okay? He's developed the passing game, and that's fine. That's nothing wrong with that. If he got it, great. You want anybody that can pass in the league is a godsend. You gotta always take those kind of guys on your team. But to sit here and say he only should pass, it's kind of like limited, especially in today's guards where they're expected to score. But you're seeing Trae Young in the playoffs decimate teams because he can score and shoot and pass the ball. Passing has never been a bad thing, but what they want is they want the offense coupled with it. And I think Trae and LaMelo are probably going to be the new generation ceiling on that because they got like the shooting and the scoring outside. I don't know about Ja. Ja's shooting ain't came around yet. And he may not ever be one of those great three-point shooters or just shooters in general. But he's going to be one of the all-time slasher passers, right? Having said that, what is LaMelo's true position? I think I kind of already hit it. And that's, I think, for him, you're going to have a guy who is equal or better on his level as far as scoring and playmaking if you're going to put him off ball. Because otherwise, you're sacrificing a lot. Because he brings so much to the table with the ball in his hands as a point guard. Now, I would compare him to Pistol Pete. Pistol Pete, for those of you who don't know, Pistol Pete is one of my favorite players of all time. He's a two guard. But he's one of the few two guards in the league that has the passing ability. It's not been too many other ones. The only other one I can think about in recent memory is James Harden, who can sit there, I'll just shift the point guard and go get you double-digit assists for a year and like 30-plus points. Pistol Pete is one of my favorite players, okay? So he could do that. And I'm trying to remember, I think if you see this too, don't want to fuck up your name, KL Sweatbox. I hope I don't fuck this up. I'm trying to remember all this shit, but I think you even mentioned, because you commented, I think, before I started doing this video, Penny and Pistol Pete. And I can see that too. I think that's a fair and accurate assessment. So, me personally, I think if you got someone who can pass or basically perform LaMelo's job at the same level, it's better to just leave him at a score because he's way too dynamic. He's going to be more athletic, physically bigger, and he's got the point guard skills to break down anybody if need be. And what I mean by that is the handles. So you could put him off the ball. He can shoot. He could dominate the game offensively. Is he Zach LaVine yet? No, I don't think so. But he's got game. You can clearly see it. Okay, he went out and got 34, I think, as a career high this year. He might have gotten more, I think, but I didn't keep up too much with LaMelo. But the point is, if DeBruck could go out there and get you 34 points in his rookie year, and he can go get upper 20s, like semi-regular, look, he's legit at a score, okay? More so than Lonzo. This is consistent with all the other takes I've had. I've always said Lonzo is not the scorer that he is, nor will he ever be, and that's fine. So, for me, his true position really depends on what's around him. You got another guy on the team that's a dynamic playmaker, just put him at two guard. He'll work. Hell, he's 6'8". You could fucking slide him at small forward if you want. You really could. The thing is, you want him on the court. The only thing is there somebody else on the court with similar levels of passing and playmaking as him, and to some degree scoring? That's kind of the framework, because otherwise there's no point in taking him off the ball. He's too good. You see, so what is the argument essentially, Jay Strokes? Okay, The prerequisite must be the guy has to be a similar or gifted passer slash playmaker and can score at a similar clip. Okay, similar don't mean he has to be exactly the same. He can be a tad bit low, or he could be higher. Doesn't matter. The point is you need him around that same level, because if you're doing that now, you could justify sliding him there. But if you get a guy who's just worse in all of those things, for the most part, and I mean considerably, or is not at least dominating, like if you get a guy who's maybe like, let's just say Melo, if we in our head think he's like a 22 point per game guy, you get a guy that's 16 points per game, but his passing could get you like 10, 11 assists a game. That's a fair trade off, okay? That's a fair trade off. You see what I'm saying? There has to be kind of like a level of balance there. Otherwise, you want him on the ball. Charlotte, there's nobody else on that team with his playmaking ability, period. He needs to fuck a ball in his hands. You put him next to LeBron, you can put LeBron at the one. Melo can play a 2 or the 3. If you're playing small, well, big ball, he'd probably be the 1 and LeBron at the 2. Actually, no, I take that back. I think he might be a better shooter than LeBron. I'd probably put LeBron at the 1. But again, you see what I had to do there. I had to get a LeBron. If I play Luka, I could play Luka on ball and put Lamelo at the 2 or the 3, and I guarantee you, Lamelo's going to go out there and get me 25. He's going to go out there and get me 25. Okay. If you don't have that, like if the next guy on your team is like a Ricky Rubio, fuck no, I'm not putting Lamelo at the 2 guard. Why? And that's, again, the Ball family is known for the versatility. They're known for, that was one of their hallmark abilities being, Chino Hills. LaMelo wasn't as big, but LaMelo would come down the court with the ball, and Lonzo and everybody else would get to their point. And that's how it worked. Lonzo didn't have to point guard the entire game. He would point guard for a good portion of the game, but hey, LaMelo got it. He ain't worried about it. That's my brother. I know what he got. I know what he can do. And so that's how they played. And I don't see why they can't do it in the league. Obviously, in high school, you got to play what you got. But in the world of basketball on a professional level, there's a deeper pool of guys with talent. Could I play him next to Ben Simmons? Absolutely. And because Ben Simmons can't really score like a LaMelo can, I would rather just go ahead and put LaMelo at the 2 and just capitalize on his ability to score. Really, LaMelo will protect your backcourt to some degree because he will provide something that the other guy does not have most of the time. The only exception is when you start talking like the Lukas and the LeBrons who could do multiple things and stuff like that. At that point, it's just like, yeah, you kind of want the ball more in their hands. I'm a Mavs fan. I kind of want Luka to take less time on the ball. And so another playmaker that could sit there and force him to sit his ass down and conserve his energy and everything would be great. But LaMelo is just, he's too fucking good. And unless you just want to lose and handicap the team, I don't see the reason to take him off the ball unless you got someone there who can rival him. If Lonzo is there, it's automatically an alpha beta thing. Lonzo is the dominant point guard, and LaMelo already knows, look, this is my brother. My entire life, all right? I can do, if he's there, I ain't worried about it. I know exactly what's going to happen. I know his habits, his tendencies. I know everything about him because that's my brother. So I can play off ball next to my brother at any time because I already know what I got to do. And he's going to feed me the ball, and I'm going to go get 35, and we're going to go home and eat fucking, flaming hot Cheetos and roast niggas and drive out Bentley coupes. All right? So I'm saying all this to say he really is a combo guard. He really can play both. Truthfully, if we're going to be technical, he's really a combo guard forward. He can play 1 through 3. I'm not going to get into the forward part yet because y'all ain't ready for that shit. And until there's a point in the league where they, allow him to be able to play that means Charlotte has to get some other players at that guard position and they want to play like a small guard lineup or small ball lineup. I ain't going to get into that. That's way too technical, way too over analytical. That's not needed for this video. But just know that the nigga can play 1 through 3. straight up. Um, but man, he can do both. He should do both. But it really is dependent on the teammates around him. It's not that serious. Okay? If you want to play him at point guard, fine. Just make sure that there's nobody else on the team that's, better than him or like on par with him. Because otherwise you're better off just using the scoring. I'm just gonna be real. And honestly, two playmakers on the court dynamically, you can put them and you're gonna put a lot of pressure on teams because you can't gang up on Lamelo if you got another. Like if I put Luka and Lamelo on the court at the same time, okay, who do you stop? Who do you stop? Who do you fucking stop? Because if I put Luka on this side of the court and I put Lamelo over here, Lamelo could carve you up just as good as Luka. If we can change our play, if I put LeBron here and I put fucking Lamelo, they gonna carve you up. And all LeBron got to do is pick and roll, pick and roll. Okay, we got the mismatch over here. Not the mismatch over here, but we got it set up so that when LaMelo gets his pick and roll, it's an instant mismatch. Pass to LaMelo on the other side of the court. Okay, LaMelo got his mismatch already. Pick and roll, net, bam. I got who I needed. And not just that, but if I want to, I can pass back over to LeBron and post up on somebody after that too. It's so many fucking things you can do with playmakers on the court like that. It's better to have extra guys on the court that can pass. If it was up to me, everybody on my team would be able to pass. I'm just saying. I want that constant pressure of, look, I got a guy who can find somebody else. I'm just being real. It's like if you can have every guy on the court that can shoot, every guy on the court can pass, why wouldn't you want that? Because at that point, if you double, somebody's going to get hit. And if you double, somebody's going to be open to knock down a shot. It just makes sense, okay? But if LaMelo don't have those guys who are on his level, then it don't do him any good. In a sense, he's kind of like the bougie point guard. It's like, if you got him playing point guard, essentially what you're saying is the niggas around him suck. I'm going to say this again. He's the bougie point guard. If you got to play him at point guard, that means everybody else around that nigga suck. Okay? You'd be like, well, Terry Rozier don't suck. Miles Bridges don't suck. P.J. Washington don't suck. Yes, they don't suck as players. They're good. Obviously, they're in the top 100. But can they play make? Can they do the assortment of stuff and things that he can do? Absolutely not. So, they suck. And here's the other piece to this too. And this is the one thing I hate about the NBA right now. If you got a tall backcourt, or not, let me not say tall backcourt, if you got a tall point guard, Lonzo, Ben Simmons, fucking LaMelo Ball, why the fuck do you want a shooting guard or a two guard? And I'm assuming we're playing, point guard LaMelo. Why the fuck do you want a two guard that's less in height? Like this year we had Lonzo and Eric Bledsoe. You got 6'6" and 6'1". Why? That makes no fucking sense. The benefit of having Lonzo is so that he's taller than most of the point guards in the league. Natural mismatch. So I would want to go get at least a shooting guard that's 6'7" or higher. If I got LaMelo, it's going to be hard to find a tall ass like 6'9" shooting guard, but at least give me 6'7", 6'6", something. Maybe 6'5" if we got to go that route. Go get me some other size. I want to have a tall backcourt, a big backcourt. Okay? But instead, we're going to go get a shorter player. What, Terry Rozier's what, 6'3", 6'4"? He's like 4 inches shorter. Why? Don't make sense. The whole point of the size is to take advantage of the genetics, take advantage of the physical mismatches. Right? If I got Ben Simmons, you're not going to find a 6'11" shooting guard unless you're talking KD, and those two ain't finna play on the same team. It's just not finna happen. So, at least get someone in that range. Like, shit, if I got Lonzo at 6'6", hey, man, find me some guy that can shoot. Like, give me Cam Reddish, 6'8". Put him right there. Bam. Now your backcourt is 6'6", 6'8". Now, can I go get 6'9", 6'10", 6'11", 7'3"? Put everybody out there so the whole entire, they put a lineup on the court that's fucking 6'6" or higher. Can you imagine all that length? All that size? But instead, we got Lamelo or Lonzo here at 6'6", 6'8". You got a 6'4" guy here, and then like another guy that's like 6'6", 6'5", 6'3". What the fuck is the point of that? What the fuck is the point of that? Can we just go get some size? Let's play bully ball. I'm sorry. I just, my team building mind is just different. I don't get the point in having a tall point guard and then supplementing him with niggas that ain't equally is like on his level as far as genetics. Okay? Like shit, let me get Jonathan Isaac like 6'9", 6'10" at the three. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go ahead and put bodies out there. Yes, everybody gonna have to shoot over somebody. You are not finna get an easy shot on the defense. Chris Paul, you 6 foot. Oh yeah, you not finna do none of that step back shit because everybody over there got 6, 7, 8 inches over you, dog. I'm just saying. We invalidating small guards. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, it shouldn't be a big discussion about this, and I understand DJ's point of view, and I understand the cop's point of view, or the coach. I hope I even said your name. If I fuck it up, bro, let me know. But to me, it's not that serious. All right, let them niggas play. Let them do what they do. You know what I'm saying? If the team is gonna run him at point guard, just automatically assume nobody else in that backcourt or that they have is on par with him passing. And if you go look at it, Terry Rozier is the other starter. They got Malik Monk, and I can't remember who else is on Charlotte. I don't give a fuck about that team. But the point is, nobody else on that team can point guard better than Lamelo. Yes, it was a travesty that he came off the bench. He should not have come off the bench this year. That nigga should have had the ball in his hands from day fucking one. But it's even more of a travesty to think that like this nigga is a 6'8", and you surround him with niggas that ain't on par with him. Like, and I get it, rookie year. Next year, no excuses, Charlotte. Y'all better get some niggas out there that can play and that can pass and play make so he can like just go out there and just ball on niggas. Because again, that nigga in transition with Lonzo, it's a rep. It don't even matter who. Lonzo can sit back and say, fuck it. LaMelo can get that rebound, I'm gone. Somebody finna get yoked on. Somebody about to get shot on. Because I'm going to get to my place and it's the open court. LaMelo going to find me. And if y'all playing man and I'm playing against Phoenix and CP3 is on Lonzo, CP3 is not blocking Lonzo layups. He's not blocking his shot. Okay? And vice versa. If I got fucking Lonzo back there getting a rebound, LaMelo gone. And it might be Zion Williamson 2.0 because he gonna throw that ball. Guess what? LaMelo gonna go up there and just dunk it on whoever. It's again. We really need to be talking more about the surrounding pieces than anything else because there's way too much size in the ball boys for you to be putting niggas next to them that ain't on par with them. Okay, I know I kind of went off on a tangent and it's a little bit sideways from what this video is supposed to be about. But look, his true position is supposed to be 2 guard, okay? But if you ain't got nobody else, put that nigga at the 1. It's okay. He can do both. It's not killing anybody. It's not hurting anybody. But it is a travesty for him not to be playing or be able to have the flexibility to play the 2 when that's his natural position and he wants to. Okay? Have that capability on your team. This is why when it comes to organizations, you need to figure out what the player wants and what the player is capable of. Just because you have Point Zion, does he want to be Point Zion? That's the question. Maybe he's like, okay, I don't mind being Point Zion for a quarter. Okay, 3, 3, 3, 3. Get 3 minutes throughout the rotation where he's got the ball in his hands and he's just dominating. Okay, fine. But you don't have to play the whole game like that. If he wants to do that, fine, cool. Then build around that. But if LaMelo's sitting here, he's a 2 guard. He said that in interviews. His dad said that in interviews. And that nigga want to come out there play 2 guard. And fuck it. Get that nigga a point guard that rivals him so that you can put him there. This is simple to me. This is simple. Y'all have a good day. Peace. LaMelo is a 2 guard, but he can play the 1.